Anxiety, exhilaration, uneasiness, and goosebumps arise while watching the photos of the people who are about to lose their lives. The channel TipTop and Sharap Production presents the 5 Photos Before Death series. These people look happy. They're smiling in anticipation of a magnificent episode of their lives, which is a romantic flight in a hot air balloon. On the morning of January 7th, 2012, the weather in the village of Carterton, New Zealand was fine. No wind or clouds. A hot air balloon was set up for a flight under the control of a skillful pilot who had more than 10,000 hours of flight experience. Everyone was enjoying the nice weather and in a wonderful mood. However, in just a moment on the way back, the pilot received a warning on the radio regarding a dangerous situation. They were rapidly approaching a high-voltage transmission line. The pilot was shocked and did not manage to take any measures to avoid it. The hot air balloon, inevitably, crashed into the transmission line. In this horrifying photo, you see the moment of collision. The hot air balloon was in contact with the 33,000-volt line for a whole 20 seconds. The pilot made an attempt to avoid the catastrophe and directed the balloon up. Unfortunately, one of the liquefied gas cylinders caught on fire. The fire was so strong that it spread all over the air balloon. One of the couples jumped out of the balloon in an attempt to save their lives. However, they received lethal injuries. In 7 minutes, emergency services arrived to the area of the catastrophe. Soon it was discovered that none of the 11 passengers, including the pilot, was able to survive. The toxicological analysis revealed the presence of a narcotic drug, tetrahydrocannabinol, in the blood of the pilot. It was this that led to such tragic consequences. The next outrageous and completely cynical case happened in the NYC subway at Times Square. The police arrested Naeem Davis, a homeless drunkard. Later on, they found out that he had a quarrel with a 58-year-old man from Queens, a father of 2 children, Ki Suk Han. Naeem Davis was arrested as during the quarrel he pushed the old man in front of the subway train. The old man died in the hospital because of the numerous injuries. Mr. Davis pleaded guilty for such dreadful actions, the most outrageous of which was his explanation for this cold-blooded murder. It turned out he was simply extremely disappointed that day because a few days before his friend had lost his Timberland boots. Yet, this is not the most striking point of the story. A freelance photographer, Omayra, was at the station when the murder happened. Still, instead of helping Mr. Han, he took 49 photos of the moment when he was hit and killed by the train. Here is the most dramatic photo where Ki Suk Han looks at the train coming exactly at him. Doomed. Pushed on the track, this man is about to die. This was the cynical headline of the New York Post newspaper, which published the photos on the day after the event. The inaction of the photographer and the publication of this disgraceful photo rose the indignation of readers. In his explanation, Omayra claimed that when he saw the man falling, he realized he would not be able to help him. Hence, he tried to draw the driver's attention with the help of camera's flashlight. However, the public doubted his explanation, and why not? Yes. It is really challenging to help someone climb to the platform when you're taking photo shoots at the exact moment, blinding the train's driver with the flashlight. This horrific story happened in 1998, in a quiet and still city, Omagh, Northern Ireland. August 15th became the most sinister day not only for this town, but for all of Northern Ireland. This was the day when a large-scale terrorist attack happened. An explosion of an inconspicuous red car parked on the roadside in a crowded street took the lives of 29 people. 220 were injured. This shocking photo was found in the area of the explosion, under the ashes. The man in the yellow pullover did not even give a thought that this family photo was going to be the last one of their lives. They were standing right next to the hapless red car, the car that took their lives in just a second. Real Irish Republican Army acknowledged the responsibility for the terrorist attack, as they claimed they killed their brother for the sake of the independence of Ireland. An interesting fact to mention is that a single zombie of the legendary Irish group the Cranberries is dedicated to the protest against this terrorist group. A memorial was erected in the street in memory of the victims of the terrorist attack. For those interested, in the description of this video you will find a link to the place of the tragedy shown in Google Maps. Here is another scary story connected with a family photo. It happened in Manila, Philippines. The Filipino politician and public figure Ronaldo Dagza was having a holiday with his family on Christmas Eve 2012. Everyone was enjoying their time in the anticipation of a holiday. There were no signs of the forthcoming tragedy. Mr. Dagza wanted to capture a photo of his mom, wife, and daughter near their house. But how shocking was it when through the lens of the camera, he saw not only his loving family, but in the background he also captured his killer, who was aiming the gun at him and shot him in just a second. This photo strikes not only with its deep hidden philosophical meaning, as it captures both the family of Mr. Dagza but also the moment of his death. This photo also served as evidence for the police to catch the killer, who was a 26-year-old Arnel Buenaflor, arrested a few days after the shocking assassination. Ronaldo Dagza was killed at the age of 35. He was full of energy and conviction that he could change the world for the better, until a callous riffraff decided to play the role of God and took his life. Get ready. Now you'll hear a story which will tear your souls apart. This pleased man is a French photographer, Frank Fournier. He's smiling as in 1985 he took a photo in Colombia, Omayra village. This photo shook the whole world and made the photographer famous. The photo was recognized as the best photo of the year by World Press Photo. After a long inactiveness for about 145 years, the volcano Nevado del Ruiz erupted on November 13, 1985. Its eruption made a glacier melt, which in turn led to the displacement of soil and mudslides. The Colombian government took the catastrophe carelessly and did not evacuate the citizens of the neighboring villages in time. The aftermath was the death of more than 25,000 people. Now let's go back to the dramatic photo by the French photographer. It was called The Agony of Omayra Sanchez. A 13-year-old Omayra Sanchez, a girl with bloody, black eyes in the photo, was trapped under the wreckage of her own house, waiting for death. The rescuing team made all possible efforts to save the girl and did not leave her side, even for a minute. Sanchez's legs were caught under a door made of bricks, and to save her, an elevating crane and a powerful pump to remove the water. After 3 days, the government finally provided at least a pump, which was, however, not working appropriately. Everyone was astonished with the bravery of this little girl. Being conscious that she was, in fact, standing on the graves of her beloved ones smashed under the wreckage of their house, the girl suggested to the rescuing team to have a rest, as she can wait. Omayra's condition worsened on the third night. She had hallucinations. The whole country of Colombia was following her. Hundreds of people suggested their assistance. To our greatest grief, after 60 hours of the rescuing operation, the little girl stopped breathing, most likely from gangrene or hypothermia. Here is the last address of the girl to her relatives. Are you recording it for a TV? Yes, for a Spanish TV. May I say something? Of course. Mommy, I hope you hear me. I think you do. Please, Mommy, pray for these people to take me out and I can walk again. Mommy, I love you very much. Daddy and brother. Goodbye, Mommy. This photo arose many debates and quarrels, yet the photographer was firmly claiming his point. I was feeling that this story was crucial for my report. I'm very happy with the response of the public. It would be much worse if people stayed indifferent. I think these photos were useful in the process of raising money all over the world in order to provide assistance, as well as to point out the irresponsibility and cowardice of the world leaders. This is it, guys. We have one more reason to think about the meaning of our lives, as we never expect death, but it may come right at the moment when no one expects it. Have we really accomplished whatever we wanted to in our lives? This was TipTop channel by Showrop Production. The 5 photos before death video. Thank you for watching us. Subscribe to our channel if you want to stay tuned for the most interesting and thrilling facts and stories. Please, like if you enjoyed the video. Share the video with your friends in social networks. Write a comment if you were touched by the video. If the video reaches 10,000 likes, we will upload the second, more shocking and more thrilling part of the series, 5 photos before death. Take care of yourselves, guys, and best of luck.